See, the pocket between endurance, between effort and reward is endurance. But see, you need the endurance, and as you lengthen that rope, you've got to be able to feed that endurance, that lengthening of that rope, that tension. You've got to feed it back into the effort. And can you apply even more effort, even though you have no idea when the results are going to show? All right, let's get it. TSL Nation, welcome back, or welcome to another edition of The Sales Life. Before we rock out today, man, do me a quick favor, if you would. Like the show, share the show, subscribe to the show, do everything with the show, man, because you power the show. The more support that you can give it, the broader the reach is also. So I need your friends and your family, somebody who needs something of this message, man. I need you to bring them in on it. Also, if you're listening to it on the podcast, then I urge you to rate and review the show. That way, when shoppers come by and are considering the show, they say, hey, this is one worth stopping by. And then also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's The Sales Life. And you can find it, man. You got like 300 different episodes, so you don't have to go through your feed to find it. You can actually find something that is relevant for whatever situation is. Also, 2 new podcasts that came out yesterday. It's on Spotify right now. It'll be rolling out on iTunes soon. I think it takes a little time for them to recalibrate. It's the Sales Life on Sales, which is strictly sales related, and the Sales Life Junior, which is geared more toward those who are on the uphill swing, man. They may be in school right now. It's things I wish I would have known when I was younger, when I was in school, but I had to get my ass handed to me a little bit to be able to realize. So today starts a new month for you, man. And it's a new month. And just like every single month, man, it's going to require massive effort. And so we know the simple formula, right? So it's massive effort equals really good results. And that's what we're always taught, man. That's what we're always told, man. You give the effort, man, the reward's going to follow. But one thing, bro, that we don't really talk a lot about is the endurance. Tommy Baker said, in order to evolve, you've got to fall in love. I love that, man. You got to fall in love with delayed gratification. And delayed gratification is the conscious decision to put in that endurance. It's the conscious decision to say no. Because remember, whatever you say no to now gets you to your yes later. And whatever you say yes to now get your no right now. And so it is delaying that gratification, man. It's meaning that you have to stay a little bit later sometimes at work. It means sometimes that you have to come in a little bit earlier. It means sometimes that you get up earlier. It means that you say no to certain things the temporary pleasures. Saying no to the roles, man. It's saying no to those kind of different things so that way you can get your yes, your higher yes. That's delayed gratification. But sometimes, man, what happens when you followed the recipe? You did everything you were supposed to do. I mean, line by line by line. Marsh, I got up early. Marsh, I studied. I worked on my skills. I worked on my marketing. I did the extra. I worked out twice every single day. I did all of those things. And I still don't get the results. What happens then? See, there's delayed gratification, but then there's also gratification delayed. And there's a difference with that. Because when you follow the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 10, I did all that for an entire month. Why am I not seeing the results? It's gratification delayed. This is why you have to build endurance. And endurance is a skill, man, just like anything else. It is a superpower that you're going to need, though. Endurance is something where you can mentally and physically and emotionally not just hang in there, but also fuel while you're hanging. See, there's a difference with, and I don't believe in, well, hang in there, buddy. I don't really like just that, because while I'm hanging, what am I supposed to do? Just hang there? No, it's hanging in there. That's what builds your endurance. See, when you hang from the monkey bars, man, you're hanging and you're holding and you're shaking, but also, man, you've got to what? There's a rung in front. And then what you've got to do is, this is when you're in between and you're holding both monkey bars. So you got to reach out for one, let go of the other, and swing forward. See, that's building that endurance. That's that ability to hang, use your body weight, hang, yet continue to move also. See, endurance is yielding not, bro, to what is, man. It's not yielding to what it feels like, what it looks like right now. It's being able to outlast, even, bro, when you can't last at all. When you've given your last. And this is where it always falls back into David Goggins' rule, man. Where it's the 40% rule. Where you think you've done all you can, you've only reached 40%. That endurance, man, is going to cause you to reach deep into those reserves. See, when you want to tap out, that means that you've only reached the end of your current mental and emotional and physical capabilities. But see, there's more. You just haven't exposed it yet. See, endurance, think of endurance as just a big old flabby muscle, all right? And so if you don't work that endurance arm, man, then it's gonna be flabby. It's not gonna be very useful. But the more, man, you put a little bit of weight in there and you keep doing those things and you keep curling that effort and you keep applying that resistance. See, it's that resistance, man, that is actually strengthening you. You think the resistance is working against you, the resistance is actually working for you because it's building your endurance. Jim Jones said, the GYM, not the rapper Jim Jones. Jim Jones, the bodybuilder. His quote, man, is he says, everything costs something. And I do mean everything. See, it's going to cost you. And it's going to cost, sometimes it's delaying the gratification where you make the conscious decision to do so, but it's also gratification delayed, where you don't get all bah humbug, you don't get all big-lipped, you don't start looking to blame everybody else. You say, all right, I got to build this endurance. I got to come back with more. See, you're not guaranteed the reward, but you are guaranteed the struggle. So can you endure? Yeah. We all can endure. Will you endure? That's the question, man. And just give you a glimpse at it, man. Yesterday, I was working, did a core workout. And, you know, I do the little ab wheel, and so I thought my core was pretty strong because I can knock those, you know, the little ab wheel where you extend yourself all the way and then come back. So I was doing that yesterday. Well, I've been doing that. And so I'm like, yeah, I got it. So, okay, let's do a core workout. So I did a core workout yesterday. And dude, it was like 30 minutes. And 5 minutes into it, bro, I wanted to quit. I was like, oh my God. My abs were on fire. My groin was on fire. My legs were on. I mean, I was like shaking because I couldn't hold. And so we did a round of things and we get to the planks. And the planks are, you know, where you're on your elbows and you're totally stretched out, and you're on your toes, and then you're on your forearms, right? And so you're completely level, tightening your core. So, and the lady says, we're gonna hold this for a minute. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm already whipped. And so, I don't know, is the longest 15, 20 seconds of my life, I swear. And I was like shaking. I couldn't hold. And I wanted to quit, but I kept holding. And then she said something profound that I needed. She said, when you don't think you can go anymore, drop down to your knees and then quickly jump right back into it. See, that's what endurance is. Endurance is being able to hold the tension, hold it as long as you possibly can, briefly releasing the tension, and then you quickly add it back in again. See, it's that constant up and down, up and down, up and down. And so you've got to put that tension in. And as much as we want to, that's one thing I like about sales. Sales forces you to apply tension. There's tension not only in the economic tension, but also in the tension of being able to produce, being able to turn a shopper into a buyer. So there's that conscious effort to sit there and put the tension in. And so the endurance part is pulling that tension, holding it as long as you possibly can. And when you can't hold any longer, it's okay to quickly drop out. But you got to quickly drop back in. And the reason why many people break in life, man, is because when they feel the tension, they release the tension, but they never fall back in. They don't quickly recalibrate. And so endurance is being able to shorten the rest periods. So when you've had a long grinder of a deal in sales, what's that rest period? Is it short? Is it brief? So can you put that tension in there? Work with that customer for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Doesn't even result in a sale. Or it does. Doesn't even matter. But can you do that? And when it doesn't result, whatever, you release the tension briefly and you put it right back in. Same thing with training, right? That's why you don't rest 5 minutes in between sets. It's shortening those rest cycles. So that way what it does is it builds up your emotional and your mental and your physical capabilities where you can actually outlast and go more. See, the pocket between endurance, between effort and reward is endurance. But see, you need the endurance, and as you lengthen that rope, you've got to be able to feed that endurance, that lengthening of that rope, that tension. You've got to feed it back into the effort. And can you apply even more effort, even though you have no idea when the results are going to show? And it's feeding it over and over and over again. And you're lengthening that cycle where you keep it all together, where you don't crack in front of a customer, where you don't blow up and start blaming everybody else. You say, I got it. I'm lengthening the rope. This is how you outlast and outwork someone. It's not just effort, bro. You're gonna outwork, everybody, the whole mantra, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna grind, I'm gonna outwork the next man. Well, the only way that you're gonna outwork the next man is not just from sheer effort. It's being able to build that endurance. And it's not only delaying the gratification, that's conscious, that's up to you. But can you feel the effects and not fade to the effects when gratification is delayed? Understanding that I'm just lengthening the rope. All right, TSL action item of today. Text me your questions, text me your feedback. Don't forget, we got the 2 other podcasts, the Sales Life on Sales, and also the Sales Life Junior. The Junior's for the junior people, and the Sales Life on Sales if you're strictly in sales related. But text me, 337-565-0906, 337-565-0906, and text me your feedback, your thoughts. Got a lot of good feedback yesterday on and some show ideas for the Sales Life on Sales. So TSL action item of today, because I don't want to get off this without addressing or putting something on your mind. That way you can put it into action. Okay, how will you add endurance to your life? So the gap between your effort and your results, where are you missing the endurance? And what is it specifically that you're going to do to build that endurance? You got to be specific, bro. You can't just be a generality and be able to achieve something massive, all right? So remember, never settle. Keep selling your way through life, no matter. Hey, thanks for watching. Obviously, if you got this far, dude, obviously you want more. So do not go anywhere. I've got another special episode queued up just for you right now.